Record. What? Hello, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Hanging with Janky. So, what's on the topic today, Janky? I'm so glad you asked. Channel talk! What's happening on the channel? Well, I did not get through a lot this week. I really only got up an episode of Beleaguered, but it's a pretty... No, that's a lie. Okay, here's the thing. We were having a lot of sound issues, because the way that my recording equipment sets up, for some reason, it only picks up Pikes audio on my microphone and not on the desktop microphone. Because OBS is stupid, I guess. I don't know. We're working on it. We have a solution, I think. I'm just gonna have him record his stuff on an Audacity file, send it to me, and then I'll layer the sound over my sound, and then that should fix the problem. So, for future episodes of Beleaguered, we're probably good. Just, you know, bear with us for this one. Oh, by the way, can I say, Gnar is my spirit animal. And I hate people that use that phrase. I don't like it when people use that phrase for people. I guess people are technically animals. Still, I just don't care for it. But Gnar is awesome. What a great little... Yordle? I'm not sure what Gnar is. I don't know. Do you like my mug? My Dalek mug? It also says caffeinate on it, which is delightful. I love it so. Oh, and then I got Free to Play Friday, which isn't really a Free to Play Friday, if you've actually watched it. It's basically just me reacting to Dead Effect 2. And the sheer terror on my face should be enough to earn me a couple subscribers. Because the terror and the look on my face was definitely worth at least a couple more subscribers. And it was slow motion too. I put slow motion terror in there. Enjoy that. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. Check it out. It's terrifying and awesome and wonderful. And then of course, my Hanging with Janky. So that's all I really got done this week. Coming up. What's coming up, Janky? Glad you asked. Collabs. I have a lot of collabs on the menu coming up soon. The first of which is a Gary's Mod collab that I've been meaning to do for a while. See, actually, a while ago when we did the Who's Your Daddy collab, what we actually meant to do was play Gary's Mod. I just forgot to download onto my computer, and my internet speed sucked. Side note, I have a much better internet speed now. But, at the time, I did not. So, it was taking forever to download, so we opted to play Who's Your Daddy instead, because it's a much smaller file. And that's how Who's Your Daddy happened. But, Gary's Mod collab, which is what we meant to do in the first place, will definitely be coming up at some point, so definitely be prepped for that. It will be me, and definitely something for every nerd, and hopefully MEK will join in. And we'll have a grand old time in Gary's Mod, playing Murder and Prop Hunt and all those wonderful things. Also, I'm very excited about a possible collab on Dead by Daylight. So, I don't know how many of you have seen Dead by Daylight. It's basically a survival asymmetric horror game. What that means is that you have 4 players versus 1 player, and the 4 players are survival. The 4 players are the survivors. They are trapped in the killing grounds, and they're trying to turn on generators, and the generators will allow them to escape the killing grounds. So the ultimate goal is to escape, and you can work with the other survivors, or you can work by yourself. You can do either, but you actually score more points for working with survivors, and the points allow you to buy upgrades for your characters. So you can buy like items to take in, like medical kits, or you can, I'm really not sure what the other ability upgrades are. Then the other player is the murderer, and they try to kill the other players, basically. And you can be the classic 80s slasher, or you can be a paranormal entity thing. What's interesting is that the perspectives shift a lot between being the murderer and being the player. And the murderer gets a lot of extra advantages. For example, they can set traps around the killing grounds, and also they see sound. Not like sound waves, but it comes off as light to them. So whenever you're making too much noise, or you kick on a generator, or, you know, someone snaps in a trap, they can see that. Like, see that happening on the map. Oh, and then the other thing that the murderer can do is if you start running away from them, they can see your footprints on the ground, but only if you run. So basically, if you panic, then you're screwed. which is the worst part of this game. No matter what happens, you have to remain calm, or the murderer will only catch you faster. The other interesting thing is that the murderer sees the killing grounds in first-person perspective, but the players see the killing grounds in third person. So, for example, they can move their camera so they can look around corners for the murderer, but the murderer can only see... The player playing the murderer can only see through the eyes of the murderer, which is interesting. So anyway, I'm hoping to collab on that. It's actually only for Windows, but secret, I found a way to get Windows 10 to play on my Mac, or to run on my Mac. So hopefully, that will be coming up. Beleaguered! More Beleaguered! Lots more Beleaguered! If you happen to watch our last Beleaguered, you'll know that Pike is hoping very soon to get his YouTube channel up and running, which will be awesome, because then it'll be me, and it'll be MEK, and Something for Every Nerd, and Pike, and also the Cankers in the Head page, which we'll get back to in a minute. But all of us together will be one awesome corner of YouTube that you can definitely check out. And you definitely should check out, because we put out a lot of content, hopefully good content. I don't know. Oh, spill my tea. Anyway, yeah, so there'll be a lot more Beleaguered coming out, and hopefully the audio issues will be fixed. So there's that. Oh, and Witcher! Woo! Witcher! I'm so excited! I put out a Twitter poll to see what series I should start next, and the only one person... I put out a Twitter poll to see which series I should do next. And the only person who voted, because she told me she did, was MEK. But she voted for The Witcher, which is awesome, because that's the one I was kind of leaning toward anyway. So, the Witcher series will be up soon, and it'll be wonderful. I can't wait to get started on that, because I am so excited. And that one will last forever, because I am one of those people. I do all the side quests. All the side quests. It'll be hundreds of episodes as far as the eye can see, of me doing side quests in The Witcher. But it'll be good. It'll be good stuff. Because I'll comment, and it'll be funny. Hopefully, it'll be great. It'll be great. Other stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have coming up on my channel. Possibly some more horror games, because I feel like my reactions to those are good enough that I should probably play some more of those. And you will definitely like those, because my reactions are hilarious. Horror games are scary, guys. They're kind of terrifying. I don't know if you knew that, but they are. So let's move on. Geeky news! Here's a shocker for you. Most of the geeky news I have this week is actually gaming news. Because eventually, this gamer channel was going to tell actual gaming news. Here's the thing. Here's what made the difference this week. Normally what I would do is I would just pick up geeky tidbits that I heard during the week and use those as my news. This week I actually researched. So I have lots of good stuff. And I have a little list here, so we're going to go down the list and talk about all this stuff. Ooh, so much. I have so much this week, guys. It's so exciting. First off, Abduction. You guys heard about this? It's great. From the makers of Myst, which is wonderful because Myst has a very special place in my heart. Myst was the first computer game that I played. Of course I was 6 and most of it went over my head. But the point stands that it was one of the first computer games I played, so it's a very special place in my heart. And this game looks so cool. I mean, it's very in the vein of, you know, like, The Witness, which really is in the vein of Myst. So, really, The Witness just, like, piggybacked off of Myst, and then Abduction is the spiritual successor of Myst. Anyway, so the gameplay of it, you're basically trapped, much like The Myst or The Witness, in a location, and it has lots of environments. There's like a canyon and a beach and some other places. You have no idea how you got there, and you're trying to get home. And the way you do that is to find clues hidden in the environment, and some of them are just scattered in the environment, and others are in these places. So it's like these places are part of your memories. So there's like your childhood house or your apartment or the place where you work, and you're not really sure if they were brought here with you or if they were just somehow created by your being here. But the clues are just scattered all throughout the environment, and you have to figure out how to get home. And that will be out July 26th. And this is interesting. They're making it for the Rift as well as Windows and Mac. I'm very interested to see how that plays on the Rift. I don't have a Rift, so I personally won't know how it plays on the Rift. But it intrigues me because I think it would be a very interesting game to play on the Rift. Because of the first-person perspective and how you have to like wander around the area and like find clues, I think it would be very interesting to play in virtual reality. So I'm curious to see how that goes. So definitely that. By the way, while we're in this vein, let's talk about the Witness demake, which is really just the thing I want to mention. So this is the first time I've ever actually heard the word demake. Apparently others have happened, but this is the first time I heard it. They're taking the Witness and they're making it for NES. That's all I really know. I'm not sure how that works out because an important part of the Witness is the three-dimensional quality of it, because it's a lot of looking at things from a certain perspective or looking at them a certain way. And so to turn that into a NES game, I don't know how that works out. I don't know. It's interesting though. I mean, I don't have a NES, so I won't know how it works out, but I'm curious. I'm curious to keep tabs on that and see how that works out. So, yeah. The Witness demake. Oh yeah, you hear about this thing? Speaking of NES, Nintendo at E3. So I'm sure most of you know about E3. It's just a big game convention that they have every year, and all the big companies come and show off their stuff. And for a while, it looked like Nintendo was only going to display their new Legend of Zelda game. Oh, ooh. Yeah, so it looked like the only thing that they were going to do was the Legend of Zelda demo, which a lot of people were confused about, because Legend of Zelda is the one thing that people know about. It was confusing. Okay, this is why I think it was confusing. Because you have Legend of Zelda, which is a very popular game series, and everyone knew that that was coming out. And of course, you would want to have a demo of that there. But you also have Pokemon Sun and Moon, with adorable starter Pokemon. Have you guys seen these guys? Frickin' adorable. But then, beyond Pokemon Sun and Moon, you also have... I don't even know, and that's the thing! That's the thing! I have no idea what Nintendo's up to beyond Legend of Zelda and Pokemon. And that's the point of E3, is to let people know what you're doing. Nintendo, here's the thing. Real talk, Nintendo. Gamer to game company. You are kind of, in a way, said with love, the Internet Explorer of the gaming world. Here's the thing. You have PlayStation and Xbox, which are huge in the gaming world. Those are like the two that people are always battling over. Then, over to the side, you have Nintendo 64 and GameCube and Wii and Wii U. I love those things. I love you, Nintendo. I really, truly do. But here's the thing. Much like Internet Explorer, people remember Nintendo fond from the 90s when it was basically the one gaming system everybody used. But then, as the years rolled on, Internet Explorer was overshadowed by Google Chrome and Firefox, which are now the two that everyone battles about. The same thing is happening with Nintendo. Everybody knows that Nintendo has game systems, and we all use them occasionally, just mostly for nostalgia purposes, and then you have Xbox and PS4 battling it out. So it's just, I don't know. I'm curious if that makes Sega Opera. I feel like Sega's Opera in that situation. Speaking of game systems, another thing that they should be talking about at E3, what is NEX? Like, this thing has been in the rumor mill for, what, a year or two now? They have this new game system that's codenamed Nintendo NEX, but nobody knows, like, anything about it. That's what you should be talking about at E3, revealing games that no one has heard of that you're working on. And the NEX. Tell us about the NEX. I don't even think they've released a Zelda game for the Wii U, by the way, which they release one for every game system, and I think they're just waiting for the NEX. I don't even know. Oh, and here's another question. This goes back to the Legend of Zelda game that they are demoing at E3. Why does Link have a cape and a hood? And why is his tunic blue and not green? These things confuse me, because this is a system, Nintendo, that you've built up over 30 years. Don't go changing things now. It's fine. I still love The Legend of Zelda. I'll buy it no matter what they do. Let's be real. No Man's Sky. I've heard about this game through Gaming News with Dodger, and it intrigues me. Of course, it's only for Windows, so until I get Windows working on my Mac, it's not even like I can play it. Anyway, they were slated to release it in June, and then they moved it back to August, which I understand, because here's the thing about this game. I don't know if you guys know about this game, but I'm sure you do, but it's a survival explore game, and it's not just open world, it's open universe. I was looking at the stats for this game. It has 18 quintillion planets that can be procedurally generated. It is literally a universe so big, there's no way that you'd be able to explore it all. And the game systems that they have, like, in place here, all the procedurally generated stuff, and all the crafting, and the free market trade system, and all of this is like the magnum opus of survival exploration gaming. It really is. So I totally understand why they would push back the release date, because with a game this big and it has so much hype about it, you have to get it right. You can't mess this up. So I understand moving back the release date, but it's very interesting. And actually the reason I noticed it was they were saying that they moved up their UK release date, because originally they were going to release it August 12th, but now they're releasing it August 10th. But it will be released here August 9th, so we'll still get it before those Europeans do. Transitioning from gaming news to cinema gaming news. Warcraft, releasing in theaters June 10th. So the reviews for this movie are already awful. It has a 24% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. To be honest, I'm not really surprised. Here's the thing about gaming movies. They're basically just fan service. Like, no one really likes gaming movies. Not the general audience. They just become cult classics. That's what happened with Tomb Raider. Like, personally, I love the Tomb Raider movies, because I love the Tomb Raider game. But people in general, no, they weren't into that. Not to mention that there are a lot of die-hard fans that don't like gaming movies because they totally ruin the story most of the time. To be honest, because, I mean, that was another thing, I think, with Tomb Raider, was that people didn't like it because it was just like, how is this anything like the game? Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure Warcraft will do fine financially because it's World of Warcraft. Like, that's not going to sell. I'm not sure if I'll go see it, only because I never got into World of Warcraft. Whenever it was first released, there was no, like, really free-to-play mode. It was only the subscription-based, and my parents absolutely refused to pay a subscription for a video game. So, and I just never got into Warcraft after that. Oh well. I might go see it anyway, just to check it out. It'll be cool. So, yeah, Warcraft movie. Exciting stuff. June 10th. I'm sure there will be lots of coverage. Also, speaking of gaming movies, have you seen this thing? Apparently, they're thinking about making a movie of The Division. Because that's the one thing we all needed from The Division, was a movie of it. The Division was such a big ticket thing whenever it was released. That was like the one thing that everyone wanted. I remember there was that thing that happened where the laptop where you got your first quest from, something was wrong with the graphics in the game, so everyone was in like orderly lines, which was hilarious. The other thing was about The Division, I'm not sure that I think The Division did well financially, but at the same time, I think it was one of those things where it kind of fizzled pretty quickly. It didn't really stick around. So the thing is, I don't understand why they'd want to make a movie of The Division. I don't think people were into it enough to want to make a movie of it. At least with things like Warcraft or Tomb Raider, or even if they made an Overwatch movie, which I think they should. Or Uncharted? I bet everyone would want to see an Uncharted movie. Maybe, I don't know. With The Division, I feel like you don't have enough people who would really want to see that. No. So, I don't know, it's confusing to me that they'd want to make a movie of it. Power to you, Ubisoft, if that's what you want to do with your time and money. Go for it, and we'll see how it turns out. Speaking of movies, have you seen this thing about the Ghostbusters movie? Dan Aykroyd, the writer and star of the original movie, well, one of the stars of the original movie, he saw the new film and he loved it. He thought that it was, what was his quote? As originator of the original, saw test screening of new movie. Apart from brilliant, genuine performances from both female and male cast, it has more laughs and more scares than the first two films, plus Bill Murray is in it. As one of many million Man fans and Ray stans, I'm paying to see that and bringing all my friends. Here's the thing, guys. I've already read that some people are upset about that review. But if Dan Aykroyd likes the movie, I think we should all give it a chance. Personally, I'm very excited to see it. I love Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Kate McKinnon, and Leslie Jones. I am very excited to be seeing this movie. And I think we all just need to, like, calm it down. Alright, calm it down. And let's just enjoy the movie, okay? Also, I saw this thing. Apparently, on June 8th, the new cast and the original cast of Ghostbusters will be appearing together on Jimmy Kimmel Live, which I'm sure is not a thing that everybody's into, but I'm looking forward. I can't wait to see what happens. In other news, in theater news, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child just released a whole bunch of character portraits for Ron, Hermione, the Potter family, Draco, and it's all looking beautiful. I know a lot of people have been sort of on the fence, to say the least, about this. What you really want to do is pick the best actor or actress for the job, okay? I think it's kind of hilarious that people get so up in arms about this. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, actually, you know what, to be honest, I don't even really want to talk about that, because this looks so awesome, and I'm just excited for it. I'm excited for the story, I'm excited for the actors, I'm excited just to see where it goes. It looks great, and I am terribly excited to see it. Oh my gosh, I want to see it so bad. I want to see it so bad. Ooh, I'm just excited all around for it. So, new cast stuff has been revealed. Terribly excited about all that. And yeah, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, guys. Harry Potter! What? So there's that. And, oh, of course, last but not least, Cankers in a Hedge. I promised I'd be keeping you guys updated. So here's what's going down. Yellin' Timber, my friend Hannah, who's also the head writer and my collaborator on Cankers in a Hedge. She plays the villain opposite my hero. She's been working so hard to get so much done for this. She set up a Twitter account, a Facebook page, a blog page. There's a YouTube channel for it now, which you can watch the trailer on, which you totally should. It's all just awesome. And I'm super excited to share it with you guys. The first episode should be premiering on June 30th. Which reminds me, I need to record some footage tonight for that. Anyway, very excited. I will, of course, be sharing a link to that down below, so you should definitely check that out. The trailer's out. It's just like the intro bumper teaser trailer, but it looks good, and I'm very excited. Very excited for all that. So, definitely be checking that out. And I think that's pretty much all I have this week. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, you should definitely like. And also comment, because I like reading comments. And share, because sharing is a good thing. As we all learned so long ago in our youth. But more than anything, you should definitely subscribe, because I love seeing those numbers go up, because that means that you like what I do. And I like knowing that you like what I do, because that means we like each other all the way around, and that's just wonderful. More likes should be given in this world, don't you think? I think. You can show your liking by subscribing. And, of course, you can find me on Twitter at JankShenanigans and on Facebook at www.facebook.com/JankyShenanigans. I also have a shop and an Instagram, but you can find those links on my channel, which you should totally look at, by the way. But more than anything, I hope you all have a lovely day or evening or whenever. Thank you all for watching, and this is Janky Shenanigans, signing out. I'm going to have to cut so much of this out.
Oh my god, that's totally going in the video. #Winian.
And you can run, you can dodge, you can do whatever. You can do whatever in tactical laser tag, guys.
Whoops, wrong thing. I just shot someone.
That's what we call physical comedy.
That should, instead of beleaguered, just call this series Hot Mess.
So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.